Hello everyone. Today I will be discussing important questions that are usually asked during C-sharp interviews. This will be part 1 of the series. I will be adding more videos, so stay tuned. I will be explaining from them in detail. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with the very first question, that is, what is C-sharp? C# is a simple, modern, general-purpose programming language. It is an object-oriented programming language that was developed by Microsoft in 2000. It is a safe and managed language that is compiled by .NET Framework to generate Microsoft Intermediate Language. It allows us to create Windows user interface apps, backend services, controls, libraries, etc. C# work on the concept of classes and objects, just like Java. I hope you understand this. Now the question comes, what is the difference between public, static and void? So here is the answer. Public. You can access public declared variables anywhere in the application. Public is an access specifier defining that it can be accessed by any of the class, be it in the same project, same or other class, or other project classes. Next is static. Static declared variables are globally accessible without creating an instance of the class. Static means that the method is associated with the class, not a specific instance of that class. This means that you can call a static method without creating an object of the class. Next is void. Void is a type modifier that specifies that the method does not return any value. Then the question can come, what is managed or unmanaged code? Now the answer is managed code. Managed code is the code that is developed using the .NET framework and its supported programming language such as C# or VB.NET. Managed code is directly executed by the Common Language Runtime, which is called CLR or runtime, and its life cycle including object creating, memory allocation and object disposal is managed by the runtime. Any language that is written in .NET framework is managed code. And second is unmanaged code. The code that is developed outside the .NET framework is known as unmanaged code. Language such as C or C++ or Visual Basic are unmanaged. What are the advantages of using managed code? Managed code improves the security of the application. Like when you use runtime environment, it automatically checks the memory buffers to guard against buffer overflow. It also provides runtime type checking, dynamic type checking, etc. So here are some advantages of managed code. Next question can come, what is the difference between a structure and a class in C#? Structure. It is a value type, and classes, it is reference type. Structure, its object is created on the stack memory, while classes, object is created in the heap memory. Structure does not support inheritance, while classes supports inheritance. In structure, the memory variable of structure cannot be initialized directly, while in classes, the memory variable of classes can be initialized directly. Structure can have only parameterized constructor, while classes can have all type of constructors and destructors. Next question can come, what is boxing and unboxing in C#? The process of converting from a value type to reference type is called boxing. Boxing is an implicit conversion of a value type to the type object. Here is an example of boxing in C#. While on other side, the process of converting from a reference type to a value type is called unboxing. Unboxing is an explicit conversion from the type object to value type. Here is an example of unboxing. Here we have to convert object explicitly into integer to put the value in a. Hope you understand this. Now the next question is, what is the difference between continue and break statement in C#? Using break statement, you can jump out of the loop, while in continue statement, you can jump over one iteration and then resume your loop execution. So here is the example. In break statement, if you will see, if I is equal to 4, then break. In that case, the statement, the whole for loop will be exited. The pointer will jump out from the loop and the output would be 0, 1, 2 and 3. On other side, in continue, the condition is if I is equal to 4, then continue. In this case, the pointer will skip whenever I will be 4 and the output would be 0, 1, 2, 3 and 5. Hope you understand this. Now come to next question. What is array? Array is a set of related instances, either value or reference type. There are three types of arrays supported by C#. First is single dimensional array. It contains a single row. It is also known as vector array. Second is multidimensional array. It is rectangular and contains rows and columns. Third one is jagged array. It also contains rows and columns, but it has an irregular shape. What is array list? Array list is a dynamic array. You can add and remove the elements from an array list at runtime. So this is the basic difference between array list and array. Next question is, what is the difference between constant and read-only in C#? In constant, the keyword is used to declare field or local variables. Read-only, the read-only keyword can be applied only to field but not local variables. Constant, it represents a constant value that can be computed at only compile time, while read-only variables are known at runtime. In constant, the values can be assigned only at time of declaration, while in read-only, the value can be assigned either at runtime or at the time of instance initialization. Constant, no memory is required for constants at runtime for allocation, while in read-only, memory is allocated to read-only field dynamically. These are some basic difference between constant and read-only. Next is, what is the difference between reference and out keywords, which is called ref or out keyword. The ref keyword passes arguments by reference. It means any changes made to this argument in the method will be reflected in that variable when control returns to calling method. And other side, the out keyword passes argument by reference, which is very similar to the reference keyword. But in case of out, the variable must be initialized in the called method. See, here is the example given below. Here, if you will assign a static void function where we are passing out, but the error message will come out, use of unassigned out parameter z. It is necessary to initialize the variable value of z. Here. Next question is, what is the difference between string and string builder in C#? So here is the answer, string. Strings are immutable in C#. String using system namespace. Once created string object, we cannot modify. String cannot append keywords. String is slower than string builder because create new instance for every time. While on the other hand, string builder, it is mutable. String builder using system.text namespace. Once created string builder object, we can perform any operation. For example, insert, replace, append, etc. String builder can append keyword. String builder is faster than string because create one instance for every time. So here is the example of string and string builder. Next question comes, explain what are classes and object in C#. In C#, classes and objects are interrelated. The class in C# is nothing but a collection of various data members, fields, properties, etc. and member function. The object in C# is an instance of class to access the defined properties and methods. For example, in real life, a car is an object. The car has attributes such as weight, color, and methods such as drive and brake. A class is like an object constructor or a blueprint for creating objects. Hope you understand this. Next comes, what are constructor in C#? A constructor is a member function in the class and has the same name as its class. whenever the object class is created, the constructor is automatically invoked. It constructs the value of data member while initializing the class. So here is the example given. In the class person, public person is a constructor. Then comes, what are the different type of constructor in C#? There are 5 type of constructor in C#. Default constructor, a constructor without any parameter is default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructor, static constructor, and private constructors. Then come, what is inheritance? Inheritance is a feature of object-oriented programming language that allows you to define a base class that provides specific functionality, data, and behavior, and to define derived class that either inherit or override that functionality. So here is the example given about automobile. Car and bus are inherit the properties of automobile. Ford and BMW inherit the property of car, and Toyota and Mitsubishi inherits the property of bus. This is the simple example of inheritance. Then come, what is encapsulation? Encapsulation is a process of binding the data members and member function into a single unit. With encapsulation, we can make variable, properties, and methods private, so it is not accessible to all but accessible through the proper channel only to protect it from the accidental corruption from the other classes. So here is the example given. Let's take an example of mobile. We are taking a photo with the camera. We just show picture in mobile display. Do not think about how to work with the mobile camera, mobile RAM, or mobile circuit. So the mobile insight features are encapsulation here. Next come, what is abstraction? Abstraction is the process of hiding the implementation details and displaying the essential features. And encapsulation completes abstraction. Encapsulation hides private or unwanted data from outside the class, and abstraction display only important features of a class. Here is an example. We might not need all these customer information for bank account. See, we need only full name, address, contact number, and tax information if we want to open an account in a bank for a person. But we don't require the information about favorite food, favorite movie, favorite actor, and favorite band, etc. So hope you understand this. Next is, what is polymorphism? Polymorphism is a Greek word meaning one name, many forms. In other words, one object has many forms or has one name with multiple functionalities. It is one of the core principles of object-oriented programming after encapsulation and inheritance. There are 2 types of polymorphism in C#: static, compile time polymorphism, dynamic, that is runtime polymorphism. So these are the example, and static example of static polymorphism is overloading or method overloading or operator overloading. And the example of dynamic or runtime polymorphism is method overriding. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoy. See you soon in the next part of part 2, which is again C# interview questions. If you like this video, please press the like button and give your comment. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye-bye.